แต่รูปอ่ะมันเอาขึ้น2 รูปในเลเยอร์เดียวได้ป่ะเขาที่เลือกที่ใส่
ได้พี่มีนเขาทำมาไงเขาทำหมายถึงว่าเขาไปตัดรูปมาแล้วมันเป็นรูปเดียวแต่ว่ามันมี2 รูปแล้วก็
We welcome you in as we get set for game number 2, Warriors League Thailand 2026. Rich Kiyun is here on the call. Stuff Bisons against New Force. Bisons in the red and white unis, New Force in those very sharp, kind of like the bumblebee-ish colors, yellow and black. They are a bunch of high flyers, and they'll sting you every chance they get. Good-looking team, a lot of athleticism. Stuff Bisons showing a little grit over their last 2 games and offensively starting to wake up. New Force has it to start things off right to left. And a quick look inside and an easy 2. They're big, they're strong, they're talented, they love to run. We'll set the starters in a moment. I always like the viewing audience get a little feel for the first couple moments of the action. And that's a turnover Bisons that'll go back the other way. A couple players to spotlight. The Bisons get it coming back the other way. Fully steered, long outlet. And they want to get out and run. So for the Bisons, Parker, Yasukochi, Flamer, number 23, good-looking player, Lee, and then Banjapan Hotra Bavanda. Fully feared, Haggy, Johnson, Walker, Robinson, who's averaging 32, Jordan Robinson, and DeMonte Green, number 37. Stuff Bisons, first game, didn't score a lot of points, 37. They doubled it up on Saturday. Their offense is starting to find a little bit of a groove right now. Long skip. Try to go inside with the entry pass. threes off the mark, and this is what you don't want if you are a Bisons fan, because fully feared, they love to get out and run, and once they do that, they kind of flex that muscle. And you see the athleticism, you see the bigs. And number 24 is a player we want to spotlight. Make a strong case for one of the most prolific scorers in this tournament, Jordan Robinson, averaging 32 points, 25 rebounds a game, logging 35 minutes. Walker will go right back to the line. And I mentioned the Bison scoring 37, then doubling that up. If they can slow down the pace and the tempo, they can keep this a competitive game. If they get out and run, it's going to be very difficult to match fully feared point for point. I just don't believe they have the horses with respect. Now, if they can keep it a low-scoring, grind it out, muck it up type of game, keep it right around 65 or so, they got an opportunity. Keep getting up and down the floor, trying to match bucket for bucket, it might get out of hand. 4-2. Under 6 to play in this opening quarter. Easy tip. Using that height once again. Fully feared 2-0. Stuff Bisons got their first win on Saturday. And they did a really good job. They only scored 37 their first game. And they came back and played much better. Well, actually, I should say they scored 57 in that first win, and they gave up 82 against New Force. So their offense definitely woke up. Defense, though, was an issue late in the game. But they play hard. But underneath, can't get it to drop. Spin move, but pull it out. That doesn't fall. That's what we talked about. Once you start to see number 24 get that head of steam, look out. And I just can't overstate it. The Stuff Bisons need to keep this game a defensive struggle and battle. If they have to start rotating and doubling up Robinson, and look, if Rock Johnson, if Walker hurts you, so be it. But that's the only way they're going to keep this game remotely close. (10-2). Fully feared up by 8. 4:25 to go. Another turnover tipped around and a little back tap. They got it. They want to run one more time. And right down the lane with the Euro step in the reverse. A gorgeous lane with the left hand, contorting the body. And as I said, not the type of pace track meet you want to get in. They're either stuffed bison. Now here's a little jailbreak, and finally stops the bleeding with that 10-0 burst. 12-4, still trailing by 8, and under 4 to go in this opening quarter. Second game, 4 on the docket. Nice touch. Unselfish, little touch. And of course, number 24 finds a home for it. 14-4. It's a 10-point lead right now for Fully Feared. Offensively, a juggernaut in this tourney. Johnson tried to cheat and go for the steal. Chan can't convert. And they want to push one more time. Little handoff, drop off. Foul line. Doesn't fall. A little teardrop drops home for Chan. It's pretty much what everyone's been doing over the last 2 weeks. Hacking number 24, prevent him from dunking it. I mean, his production, when you really put it in perspective, he's very hard to defend. He plays both ends of the floor. He can create a shot. He's just a very tough guard. And when you try to body him up like that, the size, the height, the strength, it just takes over and it prevails. And it's one of the reasons he's averaging the type of numbers that he's averaging in this tournament. Jordan Robinson is a player to watch. He is a very good player. You average 32 and 25 in any league on any level. Talking about a 6'8", versatile forward. Played in SEPA Pack, MVP caliber player, and thus far playing like an MVP. 2+ games in this tourney. He had an amazing season, nice 3-ball in the TEBA where he averaged 32 and 27. Now he's in Warriors League Thailand and he's averaging 35 and 25. A 220 frame is doing some serious damage on the floor. 19-6, Fully Feared up by 13. And they turn it over, the Bisons do, with 2:16 to go in this first quarter. Timeout on the floor. Fully Feared leads it 19-6. So if you're handicapping this 10th annual edition of Warriors League Thailand 2026, and you are watching Fully Feared for the first time, they've got height, they've got size, they've got strength, whether it's Halea 6'5", Murray 6'5", Prince Walker 6'4", Kennedy 6'4", Robinson 6'8", aka the Big Euro. They're a well-coached team. They can score a lot of points. They like to get out. They kind of give you that reminiscence of the old Thigh Slamma Jamma right back in the day. Those Cougar squads, they want to get up and down the floor. You got dunkers all over the place. And as I say that, there you go. I mean, they can get to the rim. And the crew, with the replay, making me look like a genius. Once in a while, I'll get one right. 21-6. Off the glass, doesn't fall, tipped around. And they want to keep pushing it and get out and run. It's a rare turnover, and the Bisons come back with some numbers. Good hustle play with the trailer and the follow. And they'll pick up their 8th point of this quarter, 21-8. But yeah, Fully Feared is going to be a tough matchup for anyone. Long three. Stop and pop. And this is one of the positives we talked about with the Stuffed Bisons. They're going to give you energy. Sometimes they just, you're a player and you got to be naive. You got to ignore the scoreboard at times, and they will play hard. I'm getting another turnover. See if they can cash in. 21-10, sits at 11. Here comes Fully Feared, moving right to left, little drop off. Johnson tried to draw the contact, and Wen basically just shoved him away, and another easy bucket coming back. And that's Lee, 21-12. Johnson with the spin move, draws a triple team. And that drops home. Almost daring the Bisons to shoot it. Should stay on the floor right there. They worked hard for that attempt. Extra pass, went right back inside. Parker will go to the line for two. Consistently, he's probably been one of their better offensive players. Averaging 16 and 7 and 3 assists, Avery Parker. He plays very hard too. Little drop off Johnson for the three. They're going to count the bucket or they're going to wave it off. I'm waiting to see if we get a little clarity. I think they're going to wave it off. 23-12. It's an 11-point lead right now for Fully Feared, and I think they're going to start cleaning things up in the second and going forward. Sometimes you watch a team that's really good and they believe that they can kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit and maybe play a wide open game, and then all of a sudden when the opposition starts knocking down some shots and making a little bit of a run here and there, that's when all of a sudden the veterans get together and they converge and they say enough is enough. I kind of feel as though you're going to see that in the second quarter. Fully Feared, they want to make a statement. They want to show that they are the best team in this tournament and they have the best starting five on the floor. They scored 23, a couple turnovers, but you see, if they play their game, if they get up and down the floor, they'll put up 100 points. I mean, that's how good they are. Robinson with 10 in that first stanza to lead all players, and Parker with 4 for the Bisons, along with Chan. We get set for the second quarter. So again, if you're just joining us, it is indeed Stuffed Bisons versus Fully Feared. Stuffed Bisons in the white and red uniforms, Fully Feared in those sharp kind of sequence, almost yellowish, blackish uniforms. They'll kick out, catch and shoot. Bisons had an opportunity. Oh, they had Parker flashing. Nobody saw him, though. I think Chan missed him. He was wide open coming on transitional bucket. And a nice lay-in with the left hand. And here we go. Look out with the reverse. The jailbreak opportunity. Robinson once more. Johnson bodies up Parker. Johnson with the drop-off, catch and shoot three. Count it. 5 quick points. Like I said, I just have a sneaky suspicion they're going to start ratcheting it up in this second quarter and try to make a statement here. Nice drop-off and a handoff. Parker got caught up. They'll swing it. A little out of control. Coffin corner might have tippy-toed on the baseline. That's a turnover, Bison. So it's going back the other way. Fully feared up 14. 28-14, 8:35 to go in this second quarter. Game 2 of 4 on this Sunday afternoon in Thailand. Warriors League Thailand 2026. Rich Quinones is here. Appreciate everyone tuning in on our YouTube live channel. They'll swing it inside. Double team, kick out once more. Right back inside, little soft touch. Doesn't drop. Parker right down the boulevard. Contested though. Gorgeous lay-in. Tried to draw the contact. Wouldn't it be denied. Coming back the other way. And that's Johnson. You know, we talk a lot about Robinson. You don't want to overlook number 5, Rock Johnson, averaging 24 and 4 dimes. So the lead balloons to the largest, 30-16. Flamer knocks it home. So Parker and Flame are very good offensive opportunities and 2 players that can also score. See if they can keep this within striking distance. Good drop-off and a look and a feed. Can't miss, though. They got numbers. Parker, drop-off. Excellent job with the vision. 30-21. A little 5-0 spurt from the Bisons. Johnson wants to calm down things. Look at the tie-up. So the more the game progresses like this and the Bisons kind of keep it remotely close, it's going to give them some confidence. Parker and Flamer can keep the Bisons in this game. And then you got the role players that understand their role. This team, they're not going to be flashy. They're going to bring the lunch pail to work. But defensively, they have to keep grinding. And that's what you have to do. You're going to have to double number 24. Frustrate them a little bit, get those cheapy turnovers, maybe get some of these starters in foul trouble, and then chip away. Chan and Kim, they understand their role. You just saw Farmer flash a little bit. Parker now, stutter step stagger. He'll kick it out. 3 ball. That doesn't fall. But the look was there. They just couldn't execute. Still trailing by 9 with 6:15 to go. It's a running clock, quarter number 2. 10-minute quarters, 2 minutes in between, 5 minutes for halftime. Game ends up in a tie, regulation, 5-minute overtime. That's just too easy with the lay-in and the drop-off. So that stops a little run by the Bisons, 32-21. Fully Feared has led by as many as 14. They force Chan to pick up the dribble, almost stolen away. Drop off, Parker, elbow, just short. Fully Feared wants to run. They've got a jailbreak opportunity, and all they can do is just grab right there, looking for the transitional foul. They'll get it on the floor. Parker decides to take a seat for a moment, regroup, catch his breath. So Walker heads to the charity stripe. Walker to the line, averaging 21. Johnson, Walker, Robinson, 20 plus. That's a big three right there. Creating a little space from beyond the arc and knocking it home. That's Green. And off the turnover. And there we go, as I said. They're going to start pressing right now. Largest lead, 17. I mean, you blink, and this team can be up 20 points. Stuff Bisons. Count it. And Chan, demonstrative, goes to the line. As I said, the game wears on like this, and you allow a team to hang around, they're going to get a little confidence going into the break, going into the half, and they feel as okay, we can keep it within striking distance. And if you're Fully Feared, you realize you are the better team. You're the far superior team. And at times when you're very good, you tend to just play a little lax, a little loosey-goosey. Here come they got numbers, the Bisons do. Left hand, lay in. Down 17, and they're making a run. Look at that. You got 5 players on 1 player. How about the respect? Everyone converged on number 24. It was a gathering of the minds. That's the respect that they have defensively when you go up against Robinson, goes to the line for 2. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Jordan Robinson, a.k.a. the Big Euro, 6'8", versatile forward. He's a double-double machine. Size, strength, power. Played in CPAC in Mexico, MVP caliber player. Plays both ends of the floor and coming off an amazing season in TEBA, averaging 32 and 27 rebounds. Farmer misses the 3. Johnson has it. Long outlet. Look out. Nice touch pass. And another easy lay-in with the right hand. And Robinson doing a substantial amount of damage in this tournament. That's just an error pass, and Farmer says that's on me. So it was a 17-point lead. It's now 13, 41-28, 3:34 to go. Clock continues to tick. Second quarter. Fully Fear moving right to left. Inside. Back out. Floater. That doesn't drop. Chan has it. Gives it up. Farmer. Nice drop off. Unselfish. And then again, Johnson defensively. And a three. Fortuitous. And the bounce goes the Bison's way. Down 11. Get this to double digits. Little shake and bake by Chan. Doesn't put enough mustard on it. Trailer. You rarely see those missed dunks like that. But see, right at that moment, Chan's got to go right to the glass. Be decisive. 3 ball. That drops home. So that's a big swing when you think about it. Cut it to 10. Now it's back up to 15. And the weak side help. Robinson slides over and swats it out of bounds. The look was there, and then just the mismatch with the size. Johnson, showtime! Highlight reel. Told you this team is athletic. They want to get out and showcase some of that versatility and those hops. So they got it down to 11, and now it balloons right back up to 19. $1:20 to go in this second quarter. 50-31. Farmer, catch and shoot. Can't get it to drop. Johnson, stutter, stagger step. It's also worth noting, Fully Fear doesn't have a deep bench. I believe they only carry 5 tonight. And if we recall the last time out, I believe Achor Hale, who's averaging 7 and 5 in 21 minutes, got injured. Well, off the miss, looked like a self-pass and then an air ball had an insult to injury. 53-31. Might get an alley-oop here. .35 seconds to go, and this is kind of where I thought this game was headed, especially after the first quarter. You saw Stuff Bisons keep it within shouting distance. They got it to 11, couple turnovers, and then you just saw that Fully Feared decided we're not going to play around anymore. They went on a little spurt and a little run, and now that lead sits at 22, and the left-handed jam. A little sauce on that one. 55-31. That might get really ugly right now. And the windmill and Robinson doesn't finish. And we are at the break, but it is a 55-31 lead. Fully Feared up 24. We'll get you some halftime stats. We'll also see if we can capture some replays going on during the break as well. This is Warriors League Thailand 2026. As always, get social with us on our IG page, follow on Facebook, and of course, the YouTube channel. And as we take a look at some of our first half highlights, let's get you caught up to speed. Stat-wise in this one, Stuff Bisons hanging around early, and then all of a sudden Fully Feared decided enough is enough with the games. All right, so this is where we sit, 55-31 for the Bisons. Parker, 5. Usokuchi with 7. Chan with 4. Just 1 of 3 from the line, collectively as a unit. 2 of 14 from beyond the arc. For Fully Feared, Johnson, 10. Robinson with 18. What else is new? Green, didn't see him the last time out with 11, playing really well. By the way, Robinson also chipped in with 10 boards. I mentioned Johnson with 10. 3 of 7 from the floor. They're 13 of 22 from the floor as a collective unit, 60%. 11 of 18 from the line, and they've knocked down 33% from beyond the arc. Neither team really has to worry about foul issues at this point. So it's a 24-point cushion for Fully Feared, looking to grab their 3rd win of the tourney. They are 2-0. The Titans suffered their first loss earlier today. And the Bisons obviously trying to muster up a little bit of a comeback here. If they can pull off a major upset, they would get to their 2nd win. CNX, they have not won yet. They play later on. And how about Howard? They tagged the Titans with their first loss. I think the Titans might have been a tired team from that overtime game yesterday, but Howard wins it earlier today, 90-85 for their first win, and they get an all-important 2 points. And there you look at Johnson with the highlight reel in the first half of action. 55-31, 3rd quarter coming up on the other side. Keep it locked in. Warriors League Thailand 2026. So the Bisons moving right to left, and the White Unis have some work to do, down 24, 55-31. Rich Commune is on the call. Hope you guys are enjoying today's telecast and broadcasting games. Fully Feared has been very dominant in their first 2 games of this tournament. And they're on pace for well over 100. And they give the free opportunity to Chan, can't convert. A little miscommunication there. I don't see Avery Parker on the bench for the Stuff Bisons. I just saw him. He's actually Johnson with another right-handed stuff. And when we pull out and we see the Bisons moving again right to left, you'll see Parker is still sitting where he was early on in the 2nd quarter. Not sure what's going on. Don't want to speculate. But not with his teammates on the bench. 61-34. The lead has ballooned to 27. This is just, you're at the point right now where it's kind of it's a tough ask for the Stuffed Bisons because they're very limited offensively. Fully Feared's going to pretty much give you the Matador defense on a couple of these possessions, but it's coming back down this way. Defensively, the Stuffed Bisons, they've got a lot of work to do to get some stops, and you look at a game like this, and even if Fully Feared, look, if they're just careless with the basketball and they're just not taking it serious and they're giving up possessions, then sure, the Bisons can figure out a way to chip in this deficit. But if you're Fully Feared and you're playing with 5, you don't have any bench, you just want to basically put this game away. And I think that's what the discussion is going to be right now. You're up 25. Just put this game away. Get it up to 30-plus points. You get into the fourth quarter. You coast a little bit. You don't worry about any injuries. You don't overexert yourself. You get the W. You go home and you rest. It also speaks to the conditioning of these players, too. You get the benefit of the running clock, 10-minute quarters. It's all about building upon. Nice little hustle play. Chan puts it back. And they'll put back 61-38. Under 6 in the third. And there's a 3 coming back the other end. Walker with the release. Robinson just all over the place. Defensively, rebounding, scoring, look inside, off the glass, an easy lay-in, 66-38. And the rundown's pretty simple. Round 1, 8 teams. Every team will play each other once. The top 4 teams, which place 1 to 4, will advance to the second round. The second round set up as is. Last 4 teams, that's your semifinal. First place team will play the 4th place. Second place team will play the 3rd place. Round 3 championship game final. And you'll notice the running clock. 4 10-minute quarters. We had our first extra stanza, and that's Johnson with a 3 in the corner. Our first extra stanza last night. That was an entertaining game. Johnson again wants it back to Robinson, an easy slam. And now it's just filling up the stat sheet, 1 under 4 to go in this third quarter. So you grab a win, it's 2 points. A loss is 1 point. Match absent, ineligible, DQ, no points. Stuff Bisons need a breather. They want to talk about it. 3:13 to go in this third. Fully Feared up on top big, 73-40. .30-point lead right now for Fully Feared. Farmer with the hustle play. As I mentioned, I'll give this to the Stuff Bisons. They continue to play hard. Another alley-oop opportunity, and that's disrupted. Under 2:30 to go. An easy lay-in coming back. Robinson draws a contact and an easy put back, well on his way to another big-time performance. Fully Feared, pretty much every starter is filling out the stat sheet right now. Robinson with 20 and 15. Tim Hagee with 15 and 10. Rock Johnson, a couple of highlight reel dunks with 15. And then Prince Walker sitting with 12 and 11 assists. It's been that kind of afternoon right now for Fully Feared. Well on their way to another 100 points. Johnson with a 3, in and out. As I said, the positive right now, glass half full for the stuffed Bisons, you are still trying to, get a good feel for your offense. I know the game is wide open right now because it's a very lopsided score, but you want to see these players fight through the adversity, play hard, and not give up. And the last thing you need if you're fully feared is to have one of your starters go out up 25 late in the third with an injury. Now, obviously, they've got 5 to play with. Johnson back to the line. So the big three doing what they do best. Johnson averaging 24 in this tournament. Walker averaging 21. And Robinson 32 points, 25 boards, 6 dimes. And well on their way to 100 plus points in this one. 81-54. All right, so that's how the third quarter ends. We'll get you some stats as well. Fully feared on cruise control right now after 3, 81-56. All right, official stats after 3. We'll start with the Bisons. Yasokochi, who always plays hard and gives them honest minutes. Really nice double-double tonight. 17 and 12. Flamer averaging 12 in the tourney. He's sitting right on his average. He's got 11. A couple rebounds as well. Brian Chan, who's averaging 6, has 7 in this one. Couple rebounds, couple assists. Ayukajin Kim with 6. The Bisons are just 1 of 3 from the line. And turn away if you want to hear the numbers from beyond the arc. 5 of 29. Obviously, for fully feared, you got a bunch of players in double-digit scoring. Pretty much every starter in double-digit scoring. TH with 15, Johnson with 15, Walker with 12, Robinson with 25, and DeMonte Green with 14. So those are our official stats after 3. Game number 2, we have 2 more to go on this Sunday afternoon. Flamer with an easy lay-in to start things off in this fourth quarter. And there's max 15 per team, and I'm wondering if Fully Feared is going to add some players to the roster after this afternoon. You got a week of opportunity to maybe add a player or two just for some depth. Conclusion to this one, we will have CNX Orion taking on New Force. That'll be a 4 p.m. start time. And then the Naga Hunters taking on the Sun Devils. So immediately after this one, we'll go right to CNX versus New Force. And Johnson tickles the twine with a 3. 8:15 to go. Flamer being harassed, gets it across the timeline. 86-61. Robinson continues to fill the stat sheet. So Fully Feared scored 84 in their first game. They put up a $125 against CNX. And if they wanted to, they can probably put up a $125 this afternoon with 7:30 to go. So they're one of the highest scoring teams in the tourney. And granted, only third game in. And sometimes these games do get a little out of control and it's a little more wide open. Johnson with the rebound off the glass. Gets the slam. Just a very athletic high flyer. Nice little soft kiss coming back the other end. As I mentioned, they can score. Now as the tournament wears on and you get the top 4, then you get a little more into your half-court offense, a little more of a press. Teams ratchet up defensively. They're not going to allow the games to get out of hand like this. .6:31 to go. Fourth quarter, Fully Feared well on their way to their third win. They're up 95-68. They hit the century mark, 168. I'm looking for more. Johnson. Certainly want to thank everyone viewing us tonight and this evening on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, and if you missed any games, they're on demand as well. Final 5 and change in the fourth quarter. Fully Feared Stuff Bisons made it interesting for a couple moments early on. They hung in there, and then you had that big run in the second. And then the game really opened up in the third quarter. Kim with a nice little kiss off the glass for 2. It was 23-12 after 1 quarter. The game really got out of hand in the second, and then obviously big third quarter for Fully Feared, and they haven't let up. It's a hard foul right there off the loose ball. It's good sportsmanship. 106-74. I mean, honestly, with the game out of reach right now, I'm not even sure why they're contesting any of these layups. Nice drop off in the assist. So as we are closing in, final 3 and some change in this one. Flamer knocks home to 3, adding to his total. He's got 18 now. So it's 110-79. And I still would like to know if Avery Parker's injured or not. He's a good player, and the Bisons need him. He's averaging about 16, only played in 13 minutes in this one, scored 6. A lot of frustration was building up, especially in that first and second quarter. But he's a good player, and sometimes you're going to have to deal with a little bit of adversity. Sometimes these games are going to get a little out of hand, but they need him going forward offensively. But hoping that there's no injury-related news, and maybe it's just a little frustration on his part. Under 2 minutes. As I mentioned, we have our third game coming up. We have 2 more left. And the entire starting 5 for Fully Feared. Putting on a clinic tonight. 3 players, 20 plus. And Robinson, the high man, as it sits right now, with 38. Corner 3, that's a good looking shot. Final 30 seconds of this one. And an emphatic left-handed stuff to clean it up. Put a little bow on another big win by Fully Feared. And going forward, they're certainly going to be feared in this one. They're going to call a foul on the floor, 1 second to go. Opportunity for 2 free throws. Finish out the margin right here, $1.19. Why not try to make it an even $1.20 and a 30-point win if he knocks it home? And there you have it. All right, so we'll get you the final stats in this one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there you go. So he had another 3. So 120. 93. This one got out of hand in the second quarter. Fully Feared never looked back. They go on the route to stuff Bisons. 120-93. Let's get you some stats, and we'll get you set for our third game of the afternoon. And for the stuffed Bisons, Yasakochi, team high 23, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, marvelous effort. Flamer, solid as always, 21 points, 9 better than his average. Kim with 12. And for Fully Feared, all 5 starters well into double digits. Johnson with 25, Walker with 20 and 13 assists, 11 rebounds. So you got a triple-double for Prince Walker, averaging 21. Robinson, averaging 32, explodes for 38, 14 defensive rebounds, 23 total boards, 5 assists. And then how about this? Green, first action with the squad, 14 points, 30 minutes. Oh, by the way, 10 rebounds, 16 assists. 2 players with triple-double for Fully Feared that moves to 3-0 and picks up 2 points. 120-93, that's the final. Fully Feared over the stuffed Bisons. Keep it locked in. Game number 3 coming up on the other side.